Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Prayer versus prayer. Men have efficiency, women will have concentration, and today we will have inner peace. Peace for whom? Peace is for somebody. There cannot be a recognition of peace unless there is somebody. And when there is nobody, as in deep sleep, there is neither noise nor peace. So when we talk about inner peace, what we are doing is, we are trying to run away from the noise. And the more you run away from the noise, the more you become not in peace. So there are three things. One is Shanti, peace. Many people name their house, their wife, their children Shanti, with a hope that they will get Shanti in their life. So one is Shanti. The opposite of Shanti is Ashanti. And the third is going beyond Shanti and Ashanti, and that is called as Prashanti. Inner peace is Prashanti. Shanti and Ashanti is at the level of thoughts. Now experience right away. I am talking to you. Every word that is uttered is Ashanti. It's a noise. Between the two words, there is absence of noise or words. There is Shanti. So initially, when a seeker jumps on the path of spiritual evolution with many misunderstandings, then he or she gets lost only in this. So they like, let there be peace. And then outside there is a board, meditation in progress, take a deep breath. So which is art. And imagine, I am doing meditation. So externally, quiet. Internally, volcanoes. And then such people, they become extremely susceptible to little disturbance in life. It is something like this. Take an example to understand. There was one Amma. All my examples are related to Ammas. Because they are the one who feed me. Therefore, I am fed up by them. What can I do? This is the language. So, she started this spirituality and doing pranayama and rubbing the nails. I have never understood why many people in India, they go on scratching. Nails never get a scratch. There is no itch for the nail. Nails are given by the Lord to satiate our itch. But there are people, they keep observing. One day one person I asked somewhere on the airport, then, hey, what are you doing? Vittar. No! Then it is a technique told by Ramdev Baba. What is that? Your hair will never become white. Therefore, It is for those who have got hair on their head. So, we imagine if I sit quiet, then I am on a spiritual path. So, mummy is doing meditation, don't disturb. And mummy sits for meditation. All arrangements, switch off everything. Then in the bathroom, the water drops like a drop on the Shivalinga on a plastic bucket. Tap. Oh God, why these children don't understand? Even my husband is stuck. I don't know why it is stuck. With every tap, there is a reaction. And after some time, it stops. क्या हो गया पानी को? What happened to the water? Where it has gone? I think water has gone. Friends, this is not Shanti. Inner peace is that which is never disturbed by the noise, nor it is enhanced by the silence. That which is not disturbed by the noise, nor it is enhanced by the silence, is the inner peace. And this inner peace is for whom? He who is nobody. Normally we have this normal question. One question is, whenever I sit for meditation, why there are too many thoughts? But you should know, it is your mind, how do I know? Then the second question is, why God created this world? These are all unwanted thoughts. I was in Rishikesh and opposite Swargashram and enjoying the evening time, walking, seeing Ganges. And when people look at me, they remember question because I am a questionable personality. And they are doubtfuls. Full of doubts is not doubtfuls. So, three of them, three ladies again. And yesterday I told you, when the James, there are three idiots. Then there are three ladies, in Delia. I don't know why. So there was one child who was crying. And I was enjoying the whole thing. So they asked, Swamiji, why this child is crying? No, look here. See, what relation I have got with the child? Thus, Swamiji, you can ask any question. I said, okay, you imagine why the child is crying. First lady who told she was mother by profession. Professional mother. So she said, no, the baby may be hungry and therefore crying. Mothers can think only children are hungry 24 hours. And they go on stuffing the child till he is choked, so he can't cry. I am the victim of that. All ammas, they think that I am a dabba. Go on filling the things. The second lady, she said, maybe he may be having abdominal colic. She was a doctor by profession. A doctor cannot think except the unhealthy conditions. Doctors are not healthy by them. They can think only unhealthy conditions. The third was a social worker. Social worker nationalizes the problem out of nothing. So the third one said, oh, the child is crying because in our country there are. I said, stop. Don't begin a lecture. So these three expressions about the child that is crying. Then they say, Swamiji, now you tell. I said, look here. Fortunately, we have the child available. Why not we ask him directly? Because what we thought about the child's crying is according to our training, is it not? The mother is trained to feed the child. The doctor is trained to look only the unhealthy condition. The social worker is the one who is failure at home. Therefore, he takes on society. And when this is happening, we imagine and we think in that line of discipline. So let us ask the child. We ask, Beta, why are you crying? No, nothing, time pass. Now tell me, can you say that what the child said was wrong? It was his direct experience, isn't it? See, friends, spiritual life means every experience brings us back to our own self. That is spiritual. Every. And when you are back to yourself, you are in peace. Like in deep sleep, we are back to ourselves. Therefore, there is neither I nor you. There is neither first person singular, nor second person plural, nor third person plural. When all the persons disappear, what remains is the inner peace, inner silence. And it is not created. Spiritual life is not doing something to achieve something, but it is undoing to lose everything. When we go to sleep, exactly what we do, the same thing happens when you are living in meditation. How do we go to sleep? First of all, we collect ourselves from the whole world. Then we close all the windows and doors. Then we go below the grid, switch off the light, cover ourselves, eyes closed, and only one japa continues. I want to sleep, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. Till the I and the want is, sleep has not begun. When the I and the want, when they disappear, the sleep begins even in the Satsang. Meaning, till such time I is there cannot be peace. Till such time the want is there cannot be peace. So what is inner peace therefore? Inner peace is an experience where I is defeated, and when there is no I, there cannot be any want. Freedom from the desire is equal to the inner peace. What is our life if we are to write our autobiography in a sentence? Bhagwan Shankara wrote for us. Balastavat kridasaktah, tarunastavat taruniraktah, buddhastavat chintasaktah, parame brahmani bhopinaraktah, bhajgovindam bhajgovindam. Our whole life what we have done? Only fulfilling desires after desires after desires. And yet, we have never learned that fulfillment of desires is not equal to fulfillment in life. In the old days, there are two burdens which every old man carries. One burden is the guilt of right omissions and the guilt of wrong commissions in our life. I should not have done that when I was young. I should have done that, like many people tell us. This happened in Hamburg, Germany. After our 3 days retreat, the first day was over, then one lady came, the German lady. She said, Swamiji, had you come in my life 20 years before, I said, even then I would not have married you. No, not that way. In what way? I would not have divorced 3 times. Now what? Now I realize where I had gone wrong. The guilt, the burden that we carry in our life is so strong. At that time, nobody can help us. Then how do we get out of it? Be very attentive. You are working on your peace. Till such time, there is somebody, there is humming. Don't appreciate, reduce it. Yes. Make the treble and the brass zero. Yes, everybody can hear. Even if they don't hear, doesn't matter. So, let us try to find out if we really want to have inner peace, for whom inner peace? And who is disturbed? Whenever we say that I am disturbed, means who is disturbed? This also goes in meditation. Meditation. You must just see many people when they sit for meditation, they start with exclamation. After sitting for a long period of 3 seconds, they become a question mark. And another long sitting of 3 seconds, they become underlined. Literally. So when we say we are disturbed, who is disturbed? There is somebody who is disturbed. If you recognize this principle, the inner peace for whom? When we are not in this hall, there is nobody, there is nothing. Who will recognize that there is peace in this hall? There has to be somebody for whom the peace is meant. Simply complaining that I am disturbed is not the way. So to find out who is disturbed, be very attentive. The eruption of thought begins always from a point called as Mr. Somebody. Now play meditation. Don't do meditation. All those people who do meditation, they suffer silently. Meditation is what? A collective silent suffering in a dark room, waiting for the light to be switched on so that both the teacher and the student are awakened from sleep, feeling fresh, have a good sleep. That is not meditation. These are the cartoons of meditation. So when we are disturbed, who is disturbed? Always there is somebody at the point where from the eruptions of thoughts begins. Now take an example. Whichever way you are sitting, don't change your posture. Don't put on that Padmasana and suffer silently. Whichever way you are sitting, perfectly okay. Simply close your eyes. Now play. as husband or as wife. So, assert that you are a husband or you are a wife. And see what thoughts are coming. Stop. Now, another experience. Become parents or children. And see what thoughts are. Stop. The last. Remain as Mr. Nobody. See what thoughts have come. Stop. Experiment. Open the eyes and the ears. When you became husband or wife, the thoughts were pertaining to wife. When you became parents or children, the thoughts were pertaining to the children or the parents. But when you were nobody, there was no reason for the thoughts to develop. So till such time we remain as anybody, there cannot be peace. And who is this somebody? This somebody is nothing but a donkey carrying the load of the total past. Just give it a try. I'll give you a Mahamantra to practice this. Those who want to take this Mahamantra Diksha, they can do it. Those who don't want, who cares? Put your right hand on your left heart. On your heart, not on somebody else's. What is that date today? 16th of March 2030. Repeat after me. You will say 3 times and then I will explain. 16th of March 2030. 16th of March 2030. 16th of March 2030. Mantra Diksha is over. Now understand. Refuse to talk, discuss anything that happened in your life before this date. Now try to think. When we talk to others, we talk about our past generally. When we talk to ourselves, we talk about the future. That is why old people are not accepted by the younger generation. Because old people have got long past. Anything happening anywhere, they have got a parallel experience. Like in Apple, there is parallel windows. You can open. What did I tell you? Once I went to some place for my lectures. That place I still remember, Alton in Maharashtra. My host was a college professor teaching accountancy. He was chartered accountant. He has a very beautiful house and in a nice temple lectures were arranged. So one old lady from Pune, she says, Swamiji, I want to come with you. I said, come, there is a place, come, their house to come. And then after my 2 days lectures were over, third day, when I was sitting on the swing, she was sitting with me, and I was enjoying the Hindi cinema movie. That is my favorite. Because when you see Hindi cinema, you don't have to think. Suspension of thinking is meditation. Because when you are running, you cannot think. But in Hindi cinema, it can happen. Hindi cinema alone tells you. When you are angry, you look beautiful. It is totally wrong. You don't have to think. So I am enjoying it. And one girl came, Swamiji, I have come to thank you. I said, what for? What did I do? No, you have changed my life. I said, what are you getting married? No, I have come away from my husband to seek divorce. But after listening to you, I have changed my mind. I said, poor husband. And then she said, I am really thankful. I know where I have gone wrong. So I will go back and say, don't have these wrong notions. Little bit cut, what happens? Don't take life seriously. Then she became relaxed and then she said, Swamiji, I have got some questions. I said, okay, it's not your fault. Ask. And she asked one question. That old lady who was sitting with me, she answered. The second question was asked, again she answered. The third question was asked. She was inspired to answer. The moment she opened her mouth, excuse me, Amma, I have not come to talk to you, please. I want to hear from Swamiji. Why you talk in between? Then I said, no, I only told her to answer. She is very wise, she is very educated, and she knows so many things. He said, anyway, Amma, you go and get tea for me, okay? Don't add milk and sugar. So I wanted to get rid of her. She went. And then I dealt with that lady girl and she went. And this old lady came with a cup. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Trivedi Samagam. And Swami, this always happens. People, just discard me whenever I talk. Why this happens? I said, Mama, the problem with you is you are unable to drop your past. Please remember one basic principle of life. Nobody is interested in our past. Everybody is concerned about their future. We oldies have no future. Only past. So longer the past, more vulnerable we are to insults. Children hardly have any past. Just recognize this principle. Then peace will happen to you. You don't have to struggle. In one of my management gimmicks, I play a lot of management gimmicks. My principle is, management is a myth. Mismanagement is the truth. So in one of the management seminars, we had a little different type of approach. I said, hey, you all come with your whole family. In-laws, outlaws, everybody. So we used to have our sessions, 2 sessions, with a necktie. After I said, remove the necktie. Evening we used to have satsang. The whole time. And one day I said, let us play today something to learn. And in that I said, I'll call one boy or child and one man or elderly person. So first of all I called one child. Maybe about 5 years, 6 years. I said, hey, come on. Now you have to speak about yourself or whatever you like to speak. anything will not object for 5 minutes. No, I don't want to talk. I said, no beta, this is just a game. Anything will not object. Problem for him not to talk. I like chocolates. First sentence. Again silence. Say, very good, you are giving such a beautiful talk, you like chocolate. Say, lovely. Say something more. I don't want to take bath. Second sentence. Again quiet. I want to talk. I said, come on, you are doing very well. Go ahead. Nothing to talk. Then you have to stand here for another 3 minutes. He said, I will not stand. I said, no, you have to stand. This is a game. He said, if you don't allow me, I will do susu here. I said, go out. His lecture was over. Now, I called one 78 not out. And 78 not out came. I said, hey, Papa, you have to talk for 5 minutes. And like a volcano started, we have to call the police. Take him away. See, friends, old people don't understand this basic principle. Be attentive. Where I is not, we are not interested. Where I is, we are interested. And this I is Mr. Somebody. Now understand this principle through a good example. Two mothers. They have got one child each. One mother talks about the glory of the foolishness of her child as wisdom. Every mother thinks that her child is wise, although she knows that is her child, how he can be wise. Yet they have that funny notion. So one mother goes on telling, my child is so intelligent, today when he got up in the morning, he asked me such a difficult question, I couldn't answer. I don't know where from he gets such beautiful ideas. Mother is glorifying her child. They think other mother will listen. ये तो कुछ भी नहीं, मेरा जो बेटा है, अरे राम राम राम. Now what is the reason? Because in the other child, I is not involved. So what is the rule? Where I is not, there is no interest. And where you don't get involved, how can you be disturbed? Come to recognize this principle, friends. When somebody dies, we go there for consolation. Anybody, particularly Indians, Indians have got some basic inherited traits in their DNA. Every Indian is a born philosopher. Every Indian is a born doctor. Because I keep on losing my throat beyond capacity, sometimes it gives way. So the ammas, they say, Swami, don't worry, I'll give you medicine. In that milk, we put haldi and boil it, and you take that. Then neither there will be throat nor any pain. Everybody is a born doctor. So we keep on talking on this topic. This happened, that happened, I have done nothing. Just don't get involved in this world, you will be at peace. No need. This principle I learned from a Chinese girl. I go to China quite often, I like that country. People are very simple. There was one girl who was doing our interpretation, English and Chinese. After 2 days, she became friendly. I said, Mama, I'll ask you one question if you don't mind. No, Swamiji, please ask. I asked her, I said, you are not supposed to talk on politics in your country. How do you feel about it? The best answer she gave. She said, Swamiji, You talk about politics in your country and suffer. We don't talk and suffer. What is there to discuss? See, most of the time, we keep on getting involved where we are not required to get involved. Stand apart. And who is this I? We talk about ego, but we have never defined what ego is. I am disturbed. Who is this I? I is like, understand the ego like this. Man is Paramatma, Brahman. Husband is ego. Now tell me, is man ever miserable? Is husband ever happy? Now, this husband in the man, is it like a mobile phone on the table? In the same manner, husband on the man? No. Then what is husband? Husband is expression of the infinite man through the limitations of the conditioning called as a wife is called as husband. Is it not? Just come to recognize this. Ego is nothing but carrying the burden of the total past. Therefore, younger the age, shorter the past, lesser the ego, less possibility of being miserable. More the age, longer the past, stronger the ego, more possibility of being miserable. As much old people are miserable, children are not. And the intensity of the ego is directly proportionate to the intensity of the ego. The more miserable we are, more egoistic we are, less miserable we are, less egoistic we are. Bhagavan doesn't have ego, he is Paramananda. Living in this Paramananda is the inner peace. Therefore, when we are seeking inner peace, what exactly we mean is live in this world as nobody. Therefore, all our spiritual practice is not doing anything, it is undoing. It is not becoming somebody, but it is unbecoming. But when we want to walk the spiritual path, our journey begins like this. Many people ask us like this, Swamiji, आप ये स्पिरिचुअल लाइन में कब से आए? Spiritual line, I could never understand. When did you come on the spiritual line? Then I also tell them, जब से लाइन मारना छोड़ दिया तब से आगे. No, but since I came on this line, now I have changed. Very good. What I have changed? Earlier, I used to wake up 10 o'clock in the morning. Since I came on this line, now I wake up at 10:15. 15 minutes evolution. Earlier, I used to eat every day non-vegetarian, but now I eat alternate days. This is spirituality. This I is the basic problem, friends. Inner peace is possible only when you have discovered freedom from I and not freedom for I. We are not one inside. We are a crowd. Like a poultry farm. The other day, somewhere near Pune, there are many poultry farms. So we were going by a bus. And there was one girl sitting with me. I always sit in the back seat on the left side. That is my typical seat in every time I go by a bus. The reason being, when I sit in that worst seat, nobody complains. We don't get a seat near the window. See, Swamiji is sitting there. It's the only way you can deal with the old days. So this girl came and sat with me. Swamiji, why do you sit in the back seat? I said, don't ask question. Look at it. What is that? Our bus was talking somewhere for some reason. This is a poultry farm. I said, now tell me, what you have learned from the poultry farm? Be attentive. If you want to attain real peace within, keep the process of learning switched on 24/7. Always learn something or the other from every experience. You will stop reacting. That is the simplest way of living life. So I said, now instead of asking me question, you look at the poultry farm and tell me what you have done. So naturally, she can't talk now, she is busy. And Swamiji, I don't know how to learn. I said, okay, listen. Imagine, you go and sit inside the poultry farm for meditation. You don't move. Listen. Then one bird will come and peck you. So you will get disturbed. When you get disturbed, what will happen with the whole birds? What happens outside happens inside. This is for meditation. Whenever I say for meditation, why the dirty thoughts? It is because of Swamiji. The reason is we are not one inside. We are a crowd inside. Discover this. There is somebody who is constantly talking. We only project the question, we only answer. We only project, we only answer. The other day, where it happened, I don't remember, one of the immigrations. There was one person, I was with somebody, two of us, and one person went to some immigration officer, and there was some kind of exchange of arguments and heat was created. So he called the police took him. Please come and sit down here, we'll sort it out. And whole, visitors were tense. Everybody praying. I hope I don't go to that. I hope I don't do that. If he says like this, I will say like this. If he says like this, I will say like this. And I was told, Swamiji, take out your return ticket. They may ask you. I said, why are you creating problems and trying to solve? Relax. No. You see, they relax. We went there, not one question. Whatever. All that we talk is only imagine the problems of the future. We only imagine and we only try to solve. Come to recognize this. You cannot live in the future. You cannot live in the past. You have no choice, no option, but to live in the present. See, friends, our condition is like that poor husband who had two wives. One was pulling in with the left hand, other was pulling in with the right hand. What will be his condition? Exactly the same. The past pulls us when we talk to others. The future pulls us when we talk to ourselves. The net result is we refuse to remain in the present. So this ego, what we talk about, come to recognize. Ego is nothing but the burden of the total past that we carry on our head. Just give it a try. That this 16th of March 2013, before whatever has happened, you don't talk. You just can't talk. He who doesn't carry the burden of the past, he will never be worried about the future. Then To remain in the present is an effortless experience. To go in the past, you require efforts. To understand this point, take an example. This happened in Shimla. It's a great fun to be with the old couple. Great fun. And this, when it happened in Shimla, that time I was pretty young, and this old couple, they were telling me, Swamiji, have you come any time to Shimla? I said, yes, I have come maybe about 3-4 years before. It's a beautiful place. No, Swamiji, this is nothing. When we got married in 1922 February, husband said, anything husband says in the old age, wife has to correct. He said, default setting. It is called a correction factor. So when this is said by the husband, immediately wife, you might have married to somebody else. We got married in 32, not 22. No, I think we got married in 20. No, 32, 22. How does it matter for me? Whenever you go in the past, you have to put efforts. See? But when you are in the present, no efforts. Wherever there are efforts, you are tired in life. Wherever there are efforts, I is born. Two principles. Those who are tired in life, they have put lot of efforts. See? We government servants, we take VRS. VRS is virus. It is the abbreviation of virus. So, we take the VRS and we are tired and we want to retire. Retire means what? Even the government is really tired. They have to retire. Therefore, we want to retire. No Mahatma has ever retired in life because they don't do anything. Things happen. Get this point across very simply. We are talking about inner peace, don't forget that. There are 3 types of teachers and they have got 3 types of students. And the 3 students have done something wrong. So the 3 types of teachers have to punish them. First teacher was a military officer and a student was a newly recruited soldier. He had done some mistake. So what will be the punishment? So he told, put on your haversack, 20 kilos, lift your rifle up and take 21 rounds of the parade ground. That is the punishment. Second teacher is a Sanskrit teacher. The student is a Sanskrit student. He has done some mistake. What will be punishment? Write down 15th chapter of Gita 21 times. Bhagavan vacha punishment. Now the third teacher is a yoga teacher. So the yoga teacher has given a punishment. Do 21,000 times Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Oh, my nose will break, sir. And I forget. I always have this problem. Whenever I do Anulom Vilom, idhar se liya tha ki idhar se. And then the punishment is given to do 21,000 pranayam. No, I can't. Okay, do 2100 times. It is too much. Okay, do 21 times. Okay, I will do it. And then you start doing Anulom Vilom. After 5 or 6, you tell him stop. Then ask a question. Why you don't want to do 21,000 times Anulom Vilom Pranayam? Because you will be tired, is it not? Yes. How many times you breathe in a day? 200 times. Yes. Have you ever said, hey man, I have been breathing too long, now I don't want to breathe. What is the reason? In breathing, there are no efforts. In pranayam, there is effort. To remain in the present is effortless. This experience of yours is called an inner peace. You have not closed your ears. You have not closed your eyes. You are hearing everything. And yet, you are at peace. Therefore, don't get in these wrong channels of understanding. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. External Shanti, inside volcanoes. No. Refuse to be disturbed. And this can happen only with understanding. There is no other way. Otherwise, you will start doing something. One person came to meet me with his friend and said, Swamiji, this is my friend and he has some question and his question is, I said, is he dumb? Can he talk? Let him talk. So he started. Swamiji, my Guru taught me this Kundalini Yoga and all my chakras are open and Kundalini is awakened. But what happened? After that my Guru died. Now I don't know what to do next. Therefore I have come to you. So when he said, I laughed. He said, why are you laughing? I said, look here, you have already killed one Guru. No, you have come to me. I am not going to tell you, Baba. You are a Guru killer. Then what should I do with my open chakras? I said, button pull gayi kya open chakras. Be very attentive, clear. That about which you have no question, that about which you have no doubt, that is you. Find out what is that? Your own being. Do we have any doubt whether I am or not? Even if you are born in this world, how the children talk? What's your name? I think. They can't tell my name is Dambo. They have to add these suffixes, prefixes. See? We have no doubt about our being. Just be. Instead of being, we become meditator. And then start doing meditation. And then there is a headache. I am getting something here scratching. What is happening? No eczema, either eczema. These all experiences happen. Don't get carried away by them. Any experience which comes and goes is not you. Friends, inner peace is living in this undeniable presence that we are. You cannot deny yourself. And there is no option. We have option whether to get married or not. But we have no option whether we are or not. There was one Sardar. He was replying all the questions perfectly well. And then Amitabh Bachchan said, Saji, to see great kita. You are really great. Now last question. If you answer this question, you get 10 crores of rupees. Sardarji was very excited. Yes, 10. I answered every question, this also I can answer. So Amitabh Bachchan asked, what is your father's name? Sardarji kept quiet. He said, this is the last question. What is your father's name? Sardarji started laughing. Why are you laughing? Option to diya hi nahi. Because all other questions were having options, isn't it? So, do we have the option about our presence? Non-optional experience is inner peace. Where sound is, silence is not. Where silence is, sound is not. But there is one principle which supports both the sound and the silence, and therefore is beyond the sound and the silence. Now this experiment we will do, and you will discover your own being right away, not posthumous. The truth is revealed now or never. I'll chant the Lord's name. Focus your all attention first on the sound. Be very attentive, all the steps you have to remember. First, I'll chant the Lord's name few times. Focus your attention on the sounds. Then I will chant the Lord's name and leave a wide gap of silence. Then in the second stage, you focus attention on the silence. Then in the third stage, you remain aware of sound, and the fourth stage, remain aware of silence, and then come to cognize what is the meaning of the inner peace. So here we begin. Sri Ram. Sri Ram. Sri Ram. Now the first two stages understand. When you are focusing attention on the sound, you heard the sounds by your ears. Silence cannot be heard by the ears. Because ears can hear only the sounds, not the sound. But we did experience silence, is it not? So that it eliminates both sound as well as the silence is beyond sound and silence. So the sound does not disturb us. The silence does not enhance us. This is called as remaining aware of the sound and remaining aware of the silence. When we remain aware, we eliminate both presence and absence, but we remain uninfluenced by their presence and absence, because now we are no more involved either in the sound or in the silence. Now, second said, now remain aware of the sound as well as remain aware of the silence. Again. The difference between focusing attention on the sound and the silence is we are using the mind. But when we remain aware of the sound and the silence, we are not using the mind. It is a trans-mind experience. And when we live as awareness, the world does not matter to us. This peace that passes beyond all understanding. It can't be compared with anything because Anubhavananda, it is not like anything. All that we know in our life is like something. When somebody came to meet me in Lonavala, I was busy with my laptop and work. When he came, I said, hey, you hang around, I have to finish the job or else I forget what I am doing. So just keep quiet and sit down. And I took about 10-15 minutes. And 15 minutes he was sitting. And after that, yes, now what is the thing? He said, Swamiji, it was a frightening silence. Can the silence be frightening? When the silence is frightening, you are in your mind. So all that we know is silence against the sound and sound against the silence. But the inner peace is that which is untouched, uncontaminated. And this is like the space. The space supports all the forms, all the shapes, all the contents. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyaapaha, na shosheti marutaha. The earth is supported by the space, the waters are supported by the space, the fire is supported by the space, the air is supported by the space, but all the four elements cannot touch the space. But without the space, they cannot exist. This space-like experience, which supports everything, but is not contaminated by anything, is inner peace. So the presence or absence of things or beings will not make any difference to us. Today what we are? The mules carrying the load of the possessions and the relations. The load of possession in the waking world, the load of relations in the inner world. So when the worldly objects, their presence and absence doesn't make much difference to us, we are marching towards the inner silence. Then, when the relations and the thoughts pertaining to relations are no more disturbing us, then we are marching towards the inner space called as the Chittakasha, the mental space. Like the gross space supports the gross world without getting influenced by the gross world, in the same manner, the mind supports all the thoughts but doesn't get influenced by any thought. And when you go still further, then the conscious space supports waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi, but doesn't get influenced by anything. Like in the space, the clouds come and rain is a waking experience. The clouds come and thunder without rains is a dream experience. There is pitch darkness of the night, it is a deep sleep experience. And it is cloudless, blue sky, it is like the samadhi experience. All these four types of experiences, on the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper and samadhi person, they make no dent on this conscious space. To live as a conscious space, Chidakasha is the real discovery of inner peace. Then we understand what Bhagavan Shankara says, Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangamihinaha yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati 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 eva bhaja govindam bhaja govindam. At this moment, you are neither man nor woman, neither husband nor wife. Even if I cut the best joke, you will not laugh. Because you have taken a deep dive in your own being. This experience is something like the experience of the water. Whether it is in the form of the ocean, the water is not frightened of getting drowned in the ocean. Whether the water is in the form of the wave, the water is not frightened of getting broken when the wave breaks. Vidyate hridaya kranti छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे. When the absolute is attained, vidyate hridaya kranti. There are no wrong notions about ourselves, about the world, about the spiritual practice, about the law. Chidyante sarva samshayaha. There is no doubt left about anything. Doubt-free experience is God realization. Question-free experience is God realization. That experience which can never be denied is God realization. That experience where experiencer is not born, is living in inner. Kshiyante chasya karmani, asya cha karmani kshiyante. All his karmas are dissolved because there is no doer. Action without a doer is living in God. Nay, living as God. Therefore, wise may never claim, I have done this thing, I have done that. But the moment I is born, inner peace is disturbed. This is only a matter of correct understanding. Study of scriptures give us a vision, which is the absolute vision. Ours is a relative vision. Our vision is first person, second person, third person. I is the first person singular. Thou is the second person singular. He, she, it is the third person singular. When you make the plural of he or she or it becomes they, then it continues to be third person. When you make the plural of thou, it becomes you continues to be second person. But when you make the plural of I, it includes everything, excludes nothing. We, both second person and third person. That all inclusive experience.
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ